Hi guys, so today we are here for the review of yesterday's match between RCB and Delhi Capitals that took place in the Chinnaswamy Stadium. So we saw that RCB's Chinnaswamy jinx is not yet broken, and if we look at RCB as a franchise, the last six matches that they have played here, four of the women's team and two of the men's team, they have lost all the six matches, and I think except for that two matches where RCB women's that they played against Mumbai and UP, which was a close encounter. Apart from that, all the last four defeats have been totally one-sided by the opponent team. So we will discuss that what exactly happened in yesterday's match, and how possibly going ahead with about there are five more home matches for RCB because they have been doing really well outside. So I don't think that will be a concern. But the next five matches that they have at home, what could be the possible strategy? How could they improve? And we'll talk more about what went through yesterday's game. So before we start off with our panelist, I would just like to mention that I think it's a very good news and it makes all the Indian fans really, really, really happy to see KL Rahul back in form. I think for all of us, it feels more like a personal milestone to see him succeed after going through a rough patch. And the way he has been treated, be it in the Indian team or even in the IPL franchises, he's taken it all. And I think we are finally seeing the old Rahul, the beast KL Rahul again back. So I think kudos to him and let him continue the good work that he has been doing. So now we'll start off with the review. I'll go straight to Raj Bhai. Please talk us about RCB and where do you think they went wrong yesterday?
Yesterday, to be very frank, I told like 60% of the work you do in the auction, you get the tournament right. So I still back my statements. I'm not going away from it because like the way RCB is performing in the away matches, they are not showing the same kind of intent, especially when it comes to the home ground. I mean, when you say Chinnaswamy is your home ground, and if you look at the record from almost like 2023, like from last 2 years, you have won only 7 matches and lost 9 matches, which is actually a dangerous sign for any of the home team where you cannot win the tournament if you're not winning matches at home. So with that being said, like I mean, yesterday, like if you look at the way that RCB has performed, first 3.2 overs you have scored 59, and then by the end of power play you have been scoring only 5 runs and a loss of another wicket. That means to show, I mean, yesterday it was uh, completely visible that RCB was over dependent on Phil Salt, saying like, "What you score the runs, I'll take the lead." All those things happened, but I understand it's one of the bad days for RCB again. I mean, I don't want to back up RCB. As always, I used to back up RCB, but now the things are getting changed. The tournament is getting to a next level. You have played already 5 matches, lost two in home, and scoring less than 200, 180 runs. So that is actually a dangerous sign going forward. And any team coming in and playing at Chinnaswamy, everybody will be wondering, okay, if we contain the top order, then the RCB's batting 10 middle order will completely open up. What went well, especially in Mumbai, is that like every single player coming to the picture. You scored 221 there in Wankhede. But now, when you're coming to your home ground, you know the pitches really well. You play 7 home matches. Players should be make them understand about aware of the conditions and all those things. Okay, so somewhere like I thought like if Tim David can actually accelerate the innings at 19th over and 20th over, okay, why can't other players start doing it from the 15th or 16th over? So that would have additionally increased the pressure on Delhi Capitals. On the other hand, if you have another 60 or 70 runs more, and yesterday I have clearly told if you're scoring anything less than 250, the kind of batting lineup what Delhi Capitals have is completely vulnerable. And the same thing happened. It's not like I want to back myself and I want to push myself saying like I have told this. But the thing is like understanding the batting lineup what Delhi Capitals is having. First things first, you have, I mean, we talked about Karun Nair. Unfortunately, Karun Nair could not able to come in. Faf du Plessis, I mean, even I just wanted to give you one more stats after this. Uh, JFM could not able to do it. Faf du Plessis could not able to do it. But on the other hand, you have KL Rahul, you have Christian Stubbs, you have Akshar Patel to come in, you have Ashutosh Sharma, you have Vipraj Nigam. I mean, Look at the way each and every single player is actually performing really, really well. And we have seen what Ashutosh Sharma could able to do it when it comes to Visakhapatnam. He has smashed LSG bowlers all around the park. And thanks for the great support of Vipraj Nigam. And we spoke about Vipraj Nigam yesterday as well. The kind of bowling is, and many people are only thinking Vipraj Nigam can only bowl, but the stats say something else. Vipraj Nigam can also bat. That was a kind of batting depth what Delhi Capitals had yesterday. So that was the only reason I told Delhi Capitals will win this particular match, and that's the only reason I supported Delhi Capitals ahead of RCB. And yesterday, Rahul told one thing very clearly: Chinnaswamy is maiden, and I'll score runs here. And this is not the first time what Rahul is doing against RCB. He did it against, I mean, when we played in during the COVID era, he was playing for Lucknow Super Giants. He did it then also. Okay. When he was playing for Punjab Kings, he did it then against RCB. Now against Delhi Capitals. I mean, you went for till 14 crores for KL Rahul in the auction. It was like one or two additional 2 more crores. Like you have almost like 1.5 in your bucket right now. So if you have given that, Rahul would be yours. Okay, just imagine the top order. Like even I know Phil Salt is an explosive batsman. Phil Salt can actually give you more boundaries and runs. Look at the way Rahul is making a statement to the RCB management as well. And I just don't want to mention this, but I definitely wanted to mention this. During the post-match presentation also, like what I have seen on the visual, I'm just telling you. There is no controversy in this, but I just wanted to tell you this. The owner, the co-owner of RCB, like when he came and tried to give that presentation trophy to KL Rahul, KL Rahul was like, "Thank you so much." He took the trophy and he directly shook the hand for other person. He came one step ahead of another person and he left the co-owner in his back, one step behind. So that actually makes the statements that like, even if you want me, I'm not going to play for you in the future. That's exactly the kind of statement what KL Rahul did. He did it brilliantly, to be very frank. Okay, so that's the kind of players whom we are actually missing out. So if KL Rahul would have been in RCB, now he's not there. We talk so much about all the players, like you want to go buy, bet, all those things. So that's one of the mistake what RCB have done it in my understanding.
Yes,
Okay, I think Umesh bro is also asking one particular question. Is JFM is getting too long run? So what's your thoughts, Yashwant, on this?
Mm, So DC is in winning position now. They have win 4 out of 4 games. So changes is not required. And JFM is like if you play one big innings, like he's an aggressive kind of batter who doesn't have any consistency. But if he plays, he's gonna score 19 ball 50, which will turn the game around. So I think he would be given 2 more chances. Or maybe he can play all the games if team is performing really well and winning the games consistently. No issues with it.
Exactly. And I wanted to mention this particular things. Okay. So these cross batted wickets, like if you have seen, there were 7 cross batted wickets which were lost yesterday. Okay. 5 from Royal Challengers Bangalore and 2 from Delhi Capitals, and both were from Fab du Plessis and JFM. So the way KL Rahul adapted to the situation. So I'm not talking about KL Rahul. I'm not his fan or something like that. To be very frank, like the way he has played, I'm totally appreciating the what kind of game he has played in Chinnaswamy against RCB. That's it. So RCB batsmen also like the top edge, Vipraj Nigam, again like Virat Kohli falling short for again a new ball little bit wide outside the off stump. Virat Kohli tried to reach it again with the slog sleep. Especially like when you see Mitchell Stark ran from the extra cover, from the fine long off. He ran almost like 30 to 40 yards, had that ball, eyes completely kept on the ball, making sure on the practice pitches also he did not fear whether he's going to get hurt or not. He was only thinking one thing: if I get Virat Kohli out right now, the match is ours. So that's exactly the idea of what Mitchell Stark did it exactly, and he took a brilliant catch. That's one thing. And even if you look at the other batsmen also, like the top at the soft dismissals of Devdutt Padikkal, Rajat Patidar, all these like small mistakes is what we are trying to RCB need to correct going forward, or else this is a ground which any single player, even if you call some XYZ team from Ireland or from Europe, they are also come and beat RCB in this particular home ground. So that's been such kind of things.
I think the emotions of every RCB fan has been rightfully put out by Raj Bhai. And yes, definitely, I do agree that, somewhere RCB players, like just the way they have adapted to the away conditions, be it in Kolkata. I think Kolkata, the way they started off was really good. And then even the way they continued off up by Virat Kohli and Salt, that was really good. Even when you come to Chepauk as well, you saw that be it Rajat Patidar and even Devdutt Padikkal gave a really good start. The way even other batsmen adapted was really good. And even when you come to Wankhede, the way the batsmen adapted to the conditions was really good. But somewhere being the home ground, it's still very difficult to understand that why our own batsmen are not exactly able to adapt to the home conditions. Now, I would like to ask Ramin Bhai that we have usually seen in the past few years that Chinnaswamy wicket has been very high scoring ones. But in the last two matches that we have seen that towards the initial stages, especially in the first innings, I don't know if it is with the RCB batting that is wrong or if the pitch actually behaves that way, that we have seen that the innings progresses slowly, not like the ones we have seen in the previous years where it is totally aggressive approach from the beginning. So what do you think has changed particularly in Chinnaswamy and going ahead, how should beat RCB or any other opponent team that comes in have to have approach in that?
I think one thing that I want to mention, especially for the yesterday's game, I don't think so that PK has played a more role related to this. But a sensible approach was missing from the RCB batters. Once you have scored around 60, 70 runs, approximate 70 runs in power play, then definitely you can have a set. You have set the base for to go for 200 and 220, I guess. You have a team David in the end and in a middle order, you need to be a bit sensible. So I guess that sensible approach is missing. But I really want to mention one thing: the conditions and weather we have seen in a recent time in Bengaluru. Yesterday, also the possibility of drizzle over there, and we know that it's a hard roll surface, and whenever the kind of drizzle is going to be over there, it will going to help fast bowlers. If you are a good fast bowler having a good pace and carry, it will do something. But more importantly, in a recent time, we have seen that surface is really bit tacky, in the starting phase. But I still feel that this is the ground where you can easily score around 170, 180 runs due to that boundary dimensions, I guess. One more thing that people are talking a lot about, that RCB is senseless batting. I do agree that, but one more point I want to mention: they are not going to coming in with someone who is left-hander batsman who can score runs considering the boundary dimensions. We have seen that Liam Livingston performance in a recent time is looking a bit scratchy. They can give a chance to Jacob Bethel, a left-handed batsman at Chinnaswamy, going to score a runs for a sure. So these are the small adjustments are required to make from the RCB's point of view, and definitely the pitch is something is doing really great as of now. It is helping to the faster bowlers in the initial stages. If team making their strategy accordingly, they might find the results in their favor. We have seen in two matches. Once GT used the conditions brilliantly, and yesterday DC used conditions better in terms of a batting. This is the first case, throughout the course of the tournament, we have seen the teams who are winning the power play, winning the matches most of the time. Yesterday, RCB winning the power play, but still losing the match. Both power play they have won in the batting and bowling as well. They have the setup. Setup was really nice by the opening bowlers and batters, but they weren't been able to capitalize on the key moments of the game. If RCB is going to do continuously this thing, they may be in trouble. Whereas happy for DC, DC is throughout the course of the tournament focusing on the key moment. First game, Asutosh is taking lead. Second game, they have a tough time, but still coming up with the great things. Against SRS, they are going to score runs, but still coming back and taking those wickets and putting the breaks. Yesterday as well, they have started really in a bank manner, coming up and restricting them. So DC is doing a great job as a team unit, and the sensibility is commanding for them.
Okay, so I think we had a very good explanation by Raman Bhai that uh, exactly the pitch is not the complete problem over there. It's just that even the batsmen need to have a really good approach when you're batting. It's not just always like we have seen with SRH as well. Last year they were, I mean, totally berserk, and this year just because of that set mindset that no matter what pitch it is, we are just going to go aggressive. It will definitely not work out every time because cricket is a game of conditions. It's a game of pitch. You have to adapt to the pitch, you have to adapt to the conditions and then play. Now I think we have a question from a few of our viewers that uh, I'll come to Yashwant Bhai again, that DC had a set bowling plan, and I think we predicted in our preview yesterday as well that Vipraj Nigam would mostly be the bowler who would pick up Virat Kohli's wicket, and that exactly happened. And when we saw Akshar Patel's brilliant captaincy, that when RCB were totally in that pressure kind of situation, he continued with his spinners that he had, a left arm leggy in Kuldeep Yadav and a right arm leggy in Vipraj Nigam. So, do you think that their plans really worked out well? And the one weak link which everyone has been talking about RCB is their spin department. I think Suyash was really good. Probably if they would have had one more spinner, they might have exerted more pressure. So talk us about that, Yashwant Bhai. That were DC's plans really effective in terms of RCB's planning?
Yesterday's pitch was supporting spinners and pacers as well. There was some uneven bounce and extra bounce for pacers. And DC plan execution from Akshar Patel was really bang on. And we all know that Virat Kohli has tendency to give out his wicket for new bowlers, especially spinners, especially leg spinner. And that's what happened yesterday also. RCB started really well, but when Vipraj Nigam came in, he gave the wicket out. And coming to the RCB spinners, Suyash Sharma, Krunal Pandya, really good bowlers. Suyash Sharma really bowled well yesterday, and even Krunal Pandya came in really late to bowl. And the pitch was also supporting, but RCB batters did not adapt to the conditions, as Romin Bhai said. Whenever we have seen the matches like in Eden Gardens and Mumbai and Chepak, any big innings was coming from RCB batters. But when we have seen in Chinnaswamy, there was no big innings from any of the batters. Only Liam Livingstone scored 54 or 40 against GT. But other than that, everyone was trying to hit some shots without assessing the pitch and adapting to the conditions. In Chinnaswamy, the pitch is now in this year, it's very different. Not only in Chinnaswamy, in many stadiums, the pitch is really different now. It's not easy to score 200 this year. And also, we have seen only once the 200 has been chased successfully this year. So, yeah, after that, initially, DC batters also struggled to score runs. We see three down. Abhishek Porel, Faf du Plessis and JFM lost their wickets, and Akshar Patel and KL Rahul assessed the pitch, tried to adapt to it, and they know that cross batted shots were difficult to play on, so they tried to play straight batted shots, and then Akshar Patel has to got out, and Tristan Stubbs came in, and they both had a partnership, tried to adapt to the pitch. Later on, there was a little bit drizzle. Pitch initially in the first innings, it was sticky and it was not coming to bat. But after the drizzle, the pitch was skiddy and the ball was coming to bat. And that's why KL Rahul and Tristan Stubbs easily maintain that run rate in the last 7 to 8 overs. And even Suyash Sharma was economical in the starting, gave runs, and Hazelwood was the game-changing over, which KL Rahul targeted after the drizzle.
It was Livingston who came in between and
Livingston.
spoiled the rhythm.
Yes, yes, rightfully mentioned by Raj Bhai. That I think
Hey, one
every
minute, sir.
RCB fan,
One
yes.
minute, sir. 1 minute, sir. I think this is the first time our H1 spoke so much in this particular video, because whenever you ask him, okay, so he just like sticks on to the particular point and don't talk so much. Okay, so I don't know what happened. So he is in a different mood altogether. I can see the glow and everything. I don't know for what particular reason. Okay, so all the best for it, Yashwant bro. But yeah, I still like wanted to add a couple of things here. Okay, so to what Yashwant bro has told. So the thing is, like, I mean, you asked a very a good question, like from the fans as well. So the thing is, like, when we are actually coming into the Kuldeep Yadav and Viprash, like they have adapted to the situations really really well. I mean, they have understood the I mean conditions well, because all credit again I have to say to KL Rahul. KL Rahul might have had a long chat in the dressing room saying like, okay, so you need to maintain this particular pace, you need to maintain change where your bounce, where your line and length. So that's exactly brings a lots and lots of changes and dimensions when you are a homeboy. Okay, so that's when you are going to tell all these stuffs. So I will say it's going to be pretty easy kind of a thing for any of the teams as well. Okay, so with that being said, like I mean, Yashwant, you have got lots of fans as well. That's what people are saying in the comment section. Pratik Bhai goes on to tell that he's a big fan of you, to give such kind of explanation. Thank you so much, Pratik bro. Okay, so we understand the back-end partnership between you and Yashwant. So continue that, what we say, bro code or bro love, whatever you say. You guys talk about it. Okay, Sagar, sorry to interrupt you. Go on.
Yes, I think rightfully mentioned that from my perspective, I would say that we basically, in the total match, there were, if you say, two major turning points, I would say. One obviously was the Phil Salt's run out, which I think totally changed the momentum because we saw the way Phil Salt was playing, the shots he was hitting. I mean, he looked like he was literally playing on some other pitch itself. And right after he got out, the batsman played on some other pitch. And the second turning point, I must say, although it was a difficult catch of KL Rahul, but if it might have sticked on, I think the story would have been different. Although I think, as Rajbhai mentioned, that DC has that batting depth to come in because they had after that Akshar Patel was still there to come, and then you had Tristan Stubbs, you had Ashutosh Sharma, Vipraj Nigam, and all of these. But who knows? I think the way Rahul was playing and the way other batsmen were playing, Rahul completely was in a different league. And I think kudos to Delhi Capitals for the way they played yesterday, and they totally outclassed RCB. And I think we have one more, one of our viewer, that is Pratik Bhai. He has asked that why and what is this home ground curse that RCB has been having? Well, if I had to answer that, I'll come to our panelist as well about that. But if I had to answer that, I would say it is nothing about curse. It is more about adapting to the conditions, I would say. Because if you see all the past performances of RCB, the place where they have lost the match is those small moments that they are not able to capture those small moments, or they're not able to exactly grab the momentum from the place where they have to grab. I still remember there was this one particular match I up against KKR. I think Yashwant Bhai would obviously be very happy if I mentioned that match where uh, Andre Russell was there, and I think it was in 2018 or 18 only, yes, where KKR needed about 51 runs and in about 2 overs, and he completely changed the match from there. And that is where I think there are many such examples that we can give, but that is where that RCB has failed to capture those momentum in Chinnaswamy especially, and I think that's the reason that the ground has not been so kind to RCB. One other example that I would like to definitely state is how you can catch up the momentum was the 2016 match between India and Bangladesh. We saw that towards the end, when about just 8 or 9 runs were needed, and the way Hardik Pandya defended those runs over there, that is where the fact that you have to adapt to the conditions, or you have to capture the momentum, comes in. That is where RCB has failed in doing in throughout the years. So I would like to come to Rajbhai again, if any final thoughts about this particular match, and what is that RCB can do better for their upcoming home matches.
Uh, I mean, if you ask me personally, like there is not much like which I wanted to tell here, because the team is doing brilliantly. But somewhere, like I feel couple of changes, as also Roman Bhai was also mentioning in the start of the stream, saying like to get in Jacob Bethel and to improvise that batting order as well. So we have seen much of him. Like I feel, I mean, as per my thoughts, even many people were also understanding like Manoj Pandey is already there with RCB for last 2.5, 3 years. He should be given chance ahead of like any other player, and we can get in an extra bowler as well. So like the only thing what RCB is lacking is they only have two left-handers in top eight. So if I say like two left-handers, one is David Padikkal at three, and you see Kunal Pandya coming in at number 8 or number 7, depending upon the situations or conditions. Yesterday we have seen him coming ahead of Tim David. Look, if Tim David would have come in early, like he would have taken some more time, and the aggression would have started a bit more early, is what I also believe in. But whatever happened, nonetheless, like I'm happy like a better team won, understanding the situations, the conditions, like whatever we have been talking as well. So the home ground curse, like if you ask me, it is still there with the RCB. I think they have to do some kind of Vastu Puja and all those stuffs for to get the things done. So that's when like at least then we could able to win the matches at the home ground. It's only because why I'm saying is like, as I already mentioned to our viewers, saying like it's only out of 17 matches what we have played, we have only won 7. So with the win percentage of having less than 50% at home is always a dangerous sign for any of the franchises who are playing you at the home conditions. So that's my final thoughts on RCB. I mean, like they just need to go back and sit in the drawing room and get the things sorted.
Yes, so I think with that we will conclude by saying that DC is soaring high, and with 4 out of 4 wins, they are looking a team to beat this year. And with RCB as well, I think away is really good, but in terms of home matches, they have to do a lot of homework. And with that, we would like to conclude our yesterday's review. Now, straight up coming to today's match preview, which will be happening in Chepauk. That is CSK versus KKR. And the big news coming in is Thala Dhoni is back as the captain of CSK. On one side, I think it is a very, very good news for CSK fans, but on the other side, they would obviously be disappointed in losing one of their main batters in terms of Ruturaj Gaikwad. So I will straight up come to Yashwant Bhai, our KKR fan sitting out in the panel. So firstly, I
I'll
would
be
like
back.
to ask that.
I'll be back to counter Yashwant Bhai. Just give me a minute.
Yes, Rajbhai. Yes, till then we just we'll just take insights from Yashwant Bhai that what exactly should KKR do in today's match, because we have seen their season has not been like a straight line. It's been up and down, up and down. So for today, to KKR to get that Korbolor Bujit Bore, what should they do exactly?
Okay. Coming to KKRs, today they are playing in Chapak. They have their Varun Chakravarti playing there, Sunil Narayan. And whenever we have played Moeen Ali in our team, we have won. So I think in place of Spencer Johnson, Moeen Ali should come in. Not because we have won the games, but it is in Chapak. And he has experience with CSK too. And he can bowl off spin. And CSK have left-handers Rachin Ravindra, Shubham Dubey, Devon Conway. So he will be helpful. And in coming to batting, it's all right. Batting is all right, but they should not change batting lineup as they changed against LST. That Rinku being sending late and Ankrich Raghuvanshi. They promoted Ramandeep Singh ahead of Ankrich Raghuvanshi. That was the mistake they have done, which lost them wicket and momentum as well. So I think it will be not cakewalk, but it will be some easy win for KKR, I would reckon.
Okay, so we had a very good insight about KKR from Yashwant Bhai. Now, so I would like to come to Romin Bhai. I think just before we give a preview of CSK, I just had one question from CSK's future point of view that, we saw, if we just have a look at other teams, we still, like, apart from the main captain who's present there, we also have options in terms of upcoming players or current international players who are present there who can obviously lead the side. But when it comes to CSK, we have seen that it was in 2022 when I think Jadeja gave up the captaincy. We saw again Dhoni was appointed. And this year as well, once Gaikwad has left, we have Dhoni as the captain. So if we look at it from a long term perspective, that apart from their main captain, Dhoni is the leader and Dhoni cannot be present in CSK all the time. So do you think that somewhere CSK has not been able to provide the good transition for their team going ahead?
I think one point is important to mark here. People know that CSK is equal to MSD, and the CSK's culture has been developed throughout the year accordingly. So, that is the thing which make them compulsorily to go back to that particular guy. Even we have seen that MS is a someone who want to train some people under his guidance, want to make some leaders for the longer amount of a time, and the Rutu was the one of the best prospect we have seen, and he has also tried to train him. Um, that perspective. More importantly, when we are seeing as of now, they don't have any backup related to what the CSK culture is trying to find, and that's why they need to forcefully need to go towards that MS again. The person who knows the CSK culture and try to bring that particular flavor is missing from that other guy. So overall, CSK definitely need to work out for the deputy of someone like Rutu or the MS. Definitely, there are some internationals who are capable to lead that particular side, but I feel that the culture what CSK has developed is not allowing them to go beyond someone like MS. But I feel that at this particular juncture, it is a better move to have. Hopefully they may find some result by this particular thing, and they should definitely plan for that upcoming season how they are going for the deputy of the Ruturaj.
Yes, I think rightfully mentioned by Robin Bhai that the culture of CSK is something that is built around MSD. I think we saw that in case of RCB as well, that the culture was built around VK, but at the same time we saw that their transition was easy. But in terms of CSK, it has not been that good. But anyways, moving forward, I'll come to Yashwant Bhai that if we look at the KKR side, who do you think are the possible players? Like, we saw that opening has not been good. Yet there are certain very good positives for KKR in terms of Ankush Raghuvanshi as well, and with the likes of Varun Chakravarti, who's a local boy today, and he knows the chip-off conditions really well. So, who are the players who would obviously pose a threat to CSK?
I would say that Quinton de Kock and Sunil Narayan will be opening, and yeah, they are a bit struggling. And whatever the runs coming from Sunil Narayan bat will be a bonus for us because we have got a long batting lineup. And Ankush Raghuvanshi is batting really well. He has that Shubman Gill and Surya Kumar Yadav, both of them combined. And Ajinkya Rahane and Moeen Ali is ex-CSKans and they know how Chapak behaves and they will play crucial. I think Moeen Ali will be crucial if he bowls and he should be promoted up the order to bat as well today. So Moeen Ali, I
Okay,
think. And, yeah.
okay. So, you wanted to add in any more players apart from Moin Ali?
Moeen Ali, apart from Moeen Ali, I would say Vaibhav Arora in power play.
Okay.
As Ruturaj Gaikwad is not there and CSK struggling in top order batters, he might pick up few wickets. And toss
Okay.
will not be the factor today in Chepak. So which team plays the good cricket will win the match. Okay. So KKR
Yes.
looking strong on the board. So yeah.
Yes, so we had a very good, a complete preview of the KKR team from Yashwant Bhai. Now, I would like to come to Raj Bhai to ask that with Ruturaj Gaikwad not being present there, so I think the one of the main pillars this year of CSK's batting was Ruturaj Gaikwad, and he is not there. And I think they have tried in Rahul Tripathi, they have tried in Deepak Huda, and Vijay Shankar has been playing, but they haven't been consistent. So, who would you see as a replacement in the playing 11 in place of Ruturaj Gaikwad? And
I
in
mean,
which position to open, or you would still play that particular player at number three?
exactly. I mean, if you ask me, there are certain areas what CSK has to look after. First things first, like it's not the first time what CSK has gone back again to MS Dhoni. I just don't want to repeat like what Romin Bhai has told, because he has explained it so well and beautifully. The thing is like CSK is again one of the leading, one of the most successful franchises in terms of like number of trophies which have been won. But it is also one of the second franchisee who could not able to find out a proper captaincy material apart from MS Dhoni. So it's been a proper fact that they cannot move ahead from MS Dhoni. So it's been clearly visible. As you also rightly mentioned, saying like Ravindra Jadeja, who has been also captaining this particular side during the COVID time, like they lost 6 out of 6 all out. And again, they have roped in Rutraj Gaikwad. The transition has been smooth. They have also won the trophy under him. That's all well and good. The fact is, like, you should not take out the credit what MS Dhoni was doing behind the wickets. The kind of suggestions you have to do. And it is not so easy for any of the youngsters to come forward and make those proper changes, especially when you're leading a franchise like CSK and Mumbai Indians, to be a matter of fact. So both the franchises, even though they are more successful in terms of like number of trophies what they have won, but they could not able to identify a proper captaincy material. Okay, I understand it's a 1 year process, like you don't get a trophy and you don't get qualified for a playoffs. So last year I could able to totally see the kind of frustration what CSK fans had, also along with the CSK players, when they could not able to qualify for the playoffs. So this year again the same story have been repeated. You lost almost like 3 games in a trot, and again like you go back to MS Dhoni asking for help to lead the particular franchisee. Now coming to our particular question, asking like what are the changes you have to do, I seriously did not able to understand the kind of like the thought process what Stephen Fleming and the management were having to have Rutraj Gaikwad was completely an informed player along with Devon Conway in the successful areas like what they have been doing. So they have again retained Devon Conway in the auction. They brought him at 6 crores nearly, and then like again they could not able to send him at the top of the order. You had a solid partnership like right left combination, again a deadliest combination whatever you could see. I know he did not play so much of international matches over a period of last 1 year, but still it's been a matter of concern. Again, like he came back in his second match, he has again scored a 50 half century at a very crucial stage against the Punjab Kings 11, Punjab Kings. And now the top order, if you still ask me, like in the absence of Rutraj Gaikwad, it will be really hard. And we know what Rahul Tripathi could able to do at number 3 or number 4. I'm still not able to understand why Rutraj Gaikwad again like came down at 1 down and 2 down, like shuffling those batting order. So when you actually shuffle the batting order, it is going to be a huge challenge and a concern for each and every single thing. And as one of our viewers rightly mentioned, CSK's middle order has been having one of the lowest strike rates in this particular IPL, striking at just 126. Like that means to say, like every 5 balls you're scoring only 6 runs. So that is not, expected from a particular franchisee who has won 5 trophies. So why I'm saying again 5 trophies, it's like you judge them by understanding the number of trophies. But this is the only particular year where Chennai Super Kings have tried and tested almost 7 overseas players within a matter of like 5 to 6 matches. I have never seen this kind of confusion any point of time with CSK. Okay, so this is point number 1. And the middle order, if you ask me, the middle order, like, there are certain people who can actually strike the ball really well. Like you have Overton, who can actually strike the ball, exceptionally well. Why don't you promote him up the order? Come, hit the ball. It's not about MS Dhoni. I'm still saying the kind of efforts what MS Dhoni has done over a period of years, you just need to move on from him. You need to give the players ahead. And again, you have lots of youngsters also waiting for you to come in. That's exactly what we have seen. There are certain pictures which are going viral across the internet of Vanish Bedi. What kind of a talent he is? Understand, Chennai has been lacking that in this particular year. That's the only reason why they could not able to been continuing the same form over a period of years. I'm saying the same thing. You have Shivam Dube, who can actually give you 1 or 2 overs in the middle. Why do you want to impact him? Impact a player like Vijay Shankar, who is not contributing. He's playing at a strike rate of 110, 125. I don't want a player who can actually give you. Gone are those days like when Ambati Rayudu used to play with the same strike rate. I don't want to counter Ambati Rayudu right now, but the kind of innings what he used to play for Chennai Super Kings is gone. You don't want to like stick on to the same player, continue with the same things, and I'm just like saying all these things, like you need to move on from a certain areas. Vijay Shankar, yes, I know he can strike the ball, but at what cost? Get an youngsters. IPL is all about youngsters. Give a new player who has not been exposed to the international career. Try them, test them. If you still fail them, give them an opportunities. That's what CSK has been doing all these years. So that's when we have seen like Khalil Ahmed, who has been like not been so consistent at Delhi Capitals. But this year, look at him. And the problem with Chennai Super Kings is like almost in the purple cap, you have two players out there. One is Noor Ahmed and one is Khalil Ahmed. You have these two players in purple cap list, and you don't have any batsman who is actually giving you runs. And moreover, like if you look at the fielding also, it's not been so positive. I don't know like what exactly happened with the Chennai management. Like they're not happy with the Rutraj Gaikwad captaincy and all those things. We understand, we respect the players, but the thing is like if they want to win a trophy or if they want to continue that same rhythm and momentum, whatever you have to do, you just have to continue the same thing. You can't stick on to the same basics like, okay, I have won 5 trophies once upon a time, but now times have changed. There are many franchises. Look at Gujarat Titans, how exactly Shubman Gill is leading. 2023 they have won, and now again like they're looking pretty solid. The kind of players they have been backing up on, Sai Kishore, Sai Sudarshan. Okay, Rashid Khan has not been giving up so many wickets so far, but still they're backing him up. They know the potential of that particular player. They're not giving him impact at that point of time. Shivam Dubey, like couple of years back, he smashed every single ball outside the park. He was also called as a sixer king for Chennai Super Kings. But now, what happened? You're being substituting him. You're impacting him. Like whenever the run rate is more, you're calling him. And like the only thing is like they just have to move on from MS Dhoni. Like no hard feelings on him. Like I have seen players like who have been playing the cricket at the age of 45 also. One such example is Brad Hogg, who played at 45 years and 169 days. Okay. Second example whom I can take is like Praveen Tambe. He can actually bowl 4 overs. You can substitute him. That's not at all a problem. KKR did it, used him brilliantly. Brad Hogg. And now you have Dhoni like at the age of 45. It's not easy to stand behind the wickets when you have 3 spinners bowling to you. You can't sit and do the sit-ups all the time. Right? So you just have to move on and think about a new, fresh player, fresh legs can actually give some kind of changes. And getting back MS Dhoni as a captaincy material, trust me, I mean, like some hopes are there for Chennai Super Kings still left in this particular IPL. I'm still not writing them off. Anything can happen, and this is exactly IPL.
And yeah, I think just to add into what Rajbhai said about moving on from Dhoni, I see it as a perspective of a brand building, because if you apart from MS Dhoni, in the CSK side you don't have anyone who can bring in so much crowd. And I think I can tell it today, and I don't think I will be proved wrong. Let's say if CSK announces that the next match MS will not be playing because of XYZ issues, I am 100% sure 95% of CSK fans will not even turn up to the stadium. Chepauk will be completely empty. So I think that is where they are not able to move on from MSD. And yes, Rajbhai, you wanted to add on a point.
Yeah, I mean, like understanding the culture, what Chennai is having, they are really good in exploring the talents. Okay, so the only thing is like when you have more and more option, when you have more and more talents coming in. Okay, so I'm taking too much of time. I'm making other my guest silent, but just give me 2 minutes, guys. I'm not going to take too much of time. But the thing is like when you have such kind of a talent factory which is coming out from Chennai. Okay, so you see the veterans who has actually played so much of cricket. Like you see Murali Karthik, Dinesh Karthik, Ravichandran Ashwin, Sai Kishore, all these players coming from Tamil Nadu. Okay, so it's just that like as you rightly mentioned, like and there are like almost like 20 to 30% of the people. Okay, so trust me, it's going to be solid, and I'm sure like as one of our team members are also saying, get in Vanish Bedi ahead of Vijay Shankar. That is a solid combination. And I mean, if that is also the combination, you can also get in like Anshul Kamboj to get in, because he is also one of the leading wicket takers who can actually change and take that pressure away from Khalil Ahmad or Mukesh Chaudhary. I seriously don't understand, because of the slippery fielding what they have done. You can still get him. And they have brought in, I mean, Chennai Super Kings have brought in lots of young talents. It's just that they have to give them opportunities. The only problem is like when you don't have the certain combinations working out, you need to change. But this time I'm seeing Chennai Super Kings have made a lot and lot of changes in terms of like they've used 7 overseas slot already, and 3 to 4 changes in the Indian squad as well. So it's been a kind of concern now. I personally feel to get Vanish Bedi in place of Vijay Shankar, and getting an Andre Siddharth for the replacement of Rutraj Gaikwad as well. And also like you can also get in get out Mukesh Chaudhary and get in Anshul Kamboj. So that's that, because you already have one left-hander pacer in the likes of Khalil Ahmad. So I don't want another pacer to come in and take the same role as well. So these three changes is what I'm actually looking after. So if that works well, so everything will be good.
So Rajbhai rightly mentioned some of the changes, and just I would like to now come to Ramin Bhai asking that we have seen CSK for the last 15 season that if you take away all the other teams in the IPL, they have been a side who have been very, very consistent with their playing 11. And somewhere, at least for the first 5 to 6 matches, irrespective of whether they win or lose, they never change their playing 11 or they never change their setup. Even in 2022, when they were having a really hard time, they were not able to win the initial matches. We still saw that they had a settled lineup. So, why do you think that this year that such a I would say a very bad cultural shift has come into CSK that every match we are seeing at least one or two changes. So why do you think that such a change has come up in CSK?
When we are talking about CSK's culture, I also want to pinpoint one thing is that most of the time you have seen the MS as a captain of that particular side, and he is a guy who don't want to change his job so many things. Even throughout that course of the tournament, we have seen hardly they are churning out one, two, three players in every tournament. One more thing is that when the Rutu is coming in, the captain is on a different captain, and he may having his different views, and because of that, we may have seen this kind of a changes. More importantly, not because of that, the results they were not getting. In a previous season, they looked like to get about the results. The margins of losing were really close, so they can believe that things are settled. But when you are looking at this particular time, they have tried in the opening combination of that Rahul Tripathi failure miserably, Deepak Hooda failure miserably. They have coming up in with Jamie Overton failed miserably. So that potential is not looking that they give the longer run, they may give them rewards. That's why we are seeing that kind of a chipping and chopping from them particularly. But I still feel that now the so much noise about that Rutu is not there, MS is here, but still they need to play around 9 to 10 matches. MS is there, he may find to try some good better combinations. He will definitely coming up with different kind of a pictures. And for the today's game, I really feel that they are playing at Chapo, and 3 losses at home. We never seen this kind of a thing, but today it's going to be a change. Because that I still feel that Tamas is a someone is know the nerves of that CSK. The expectation from the management and the coach is the Stephen Fleming has worked years now. 17, 18 years we haven't seen that he is going to change now. So the combo of him and Stephen is going to working out. So from here onwards, I'm seeing some positives from the CSK. Hopefully, it will work, but they need to keep an eye on that future prospect as well. They can't rely on the MS so much. They cannot be depending upon him so much. Hopefully, they find some good unkept talent, which has been already mentioned by uh, Rajbhai that they may need to come into the picture and produce the result for them. we may see some stable playing 11 in upcoming matches from them.
Yes, to add on to what Ramin Bhai's very good explanation about why we are seeing such changes. Just to add on one more point, I think even with MS taking over the reins, the main thing for CSK to win matches would be to improve their fielding. I think the worst CSK's fielding I had seen was in again the 2020 and the 2022 season where they didn't qualify, and this year also I think the same is repeating. They have been dropping catches. The ground fielding has not been really good. Okay, so now moving on towards more technical aspect of today's match, I would come to Yashwant Bhai. I think after the KKR segment, he has been silent. So I just come to Yashwant Bhai asking, what are the key matchups that you're looking up to in today's match?
Okay, I am looking forward to Varun Chakravarti and Dhoni. So we all know what Varun Chakravarti has done against Dhoni, and
So do you expect MS Dhoni to come and bat in again today?
yes, he will be batting today, and we might see many changes in CSK batting lineup and bowling lineup too, as Dhoni is taking captaincy today. So we can expect that. And key matchups,
So
I would say
you know you know
it will
whom I'm
be
supporting
exciting.
today.
Hmm?
You know whom I'm supporting today.
No idea. No idea.
Hey, you are wearing purple. I am wearing almost similar to
Ah,
purple. What is this, man?
uh.
Uh-huh.
Similar. We have to wear purple.
Understand, my predictions gone opposite way for certain reasons. Okay, I'm countering him. Come on, Yashwan,
Okay,
say something. So
You are not countering me. And if you see KKR bowling lineup and CSK batting lineup, yeah, KKR will not be scared of it. So we have
no,
bowlers like Harshit Khanna, Vaibhav Arora, Andrew Rajal, Chakravarti and
I
Narain, and CSK batting lineup. Conway who is coming from injury, and Rachin Ravindra who has been patchy form, and who is in middle
I
order, Shivam Dubey, Dhoni, and
so
they have
I
got
mean
greats Deepak Huda, Vijay Shankar, Rahul Tripathi. So they might want to try Sheikh Rashid, Andre Siddharth, or Vansh Bedi today. Dhoni could come up with those plans, maybe. Let's see.
exactly. I mean, as you rightly mentioned, those matchups would be crucial. And if you ask me on the other side, also on the Chennai point of view, uh, I would still say the battle against Noor Ahmed and Ravi Ashwin, along with if you get in Moeen Ali or Quinton de Kock, it's going to be a key battle. That is one thing, and also Venkatesh Iyer. So somewhere I feel that it's going to be a tough battle between these two. And as you told, I mean, Ashwant, in the beginning of our stream for this particular segment, you told it's going to be a cakewalk. I mean, not a cakewalk, but a slight edge to KKR. But I'm saying it will be a neck to neck fight between both of the teams. So watch out for Ravi Ashwin. He might be play big today because you have left-handers on the opposite side. He will be the key man to counter the left-handers as well.
yes, so in between the matchups, we had a very friendly banter between Raj Bhai and Yashwant Bhai. So, yeah, I think such banters is what makes our game and our sport so much alive, and this obviously the IPL season so much more alive. Now, coming towards the last part of our preview, that is predictions. So, I would come to Ramin Bhai to, just give me the prediction as to who would win the match and one player from KKR and one from CSK that who could create that impact for their particular teams.
I think today's match, I see that CSK is going to win tonight. Considering that conditions and MS return, more importantly, he's going to find that particular combination which is required as per the conditions. Uh, from me, the Chennai side, the Matisa Patirana will be the game changer tonight. And for the KKR, you need to keep an eye away on that Andre Russell. when the Chapok is there, Russell is going to be a key in tonight's game. But I still feel that CSK would find that better combination. They know this condition really well, and they are going to come victorious tonight. I feel that.
Yes, I think rightly mentioned that Andre Russell would definitely be, raring to go because he hasn't been in the form that we have known Andre Russell to be. So now we will come to Rajbhai. That what are your predictions for today's game and the players who could create the match-winning impact for their respective teams?
I mean, I just wanted to counter Roman by here. It's only because of two reasons. I know MS Dhoni backs Patirana too much. I mean, the way, the kind of form, what he has seen over a period of years, and now Patirana is not being in so much of consistency. So I might also see Patirana getting replaced ahead of Jimmy Overton. So he might also come in because they want more of a batting depth, is what I personally feel. So by looking into that conditions, like you already have Devin Conway, you already have Rachin Ravindra in the opening, and in between you also have Noor Ahmad. So these are the three players whom you cannot actually replace. On the other hand, somewhere I feel what I can see, like Jimmy Overton, who can actually come in and take the place of Patirana for this particular match, because the kind of the batting depth what KKR is also having on one hand. The other end, you can also expect the same thing. So even our team members are also saying that, like, from CSK it will be Ashwin Moin, and from Ashwin, and again from KKR point of view, Rahane is what they're saying. Is it a question? CSK, Ashwin, Moin, or Rahane for KKR. Yeah,
No, they
that's
are
what.
mentioning those players. Yes.
Yes. I mean, exactly. Like as I told, Ashwin will be the true game changer today for CSK point of view, especially when it comes to the uh, bowling, because we know what exactly Ashwin can do, especially at chip off. He's having a solid record, and nobody can actually take out Ashwin at this particular point of view. And next thing is, like, the combination between MS Dhoni and Ashwin over a period of years. Like we have also seen them in Indian colors as well. So they have been doing a really good job. And again, from this one on the other side, KKR, you can see like Moin Ali again coming in and pitching in up, and getting in what to say, Rahane. These are all the key matchups, like what I'm exactly looking. So somewhere I feel KKR might come in as on the top.
Yes, so we have had 1-1 so far, and I think Yashwant Bhai, because of connectivity issues, he had to exit.
One minute, we have a question again coming in from Pratik saying, like, Yashwant bhai
Yes,
kaha gaya, mera question to le lo. So is that like Gurbaz waiting on the bench? Maybe he can try himself. His foot movements
yes,
can also be good to counter the initial swing and also the spin. Uh, this can also be happening, but like somewhere having also, they already have a wicket keeper Pratik bhai, but I personally feel what they should be looking into getting in is Moin Ali. Sagar, what's
yes.
your predictions?
Okay. So yes, I think firstly, agreeing with what exactly Rajbhai said, that I don't see Gurbaz coming in yet because Moin Ali is a player, because I think I rightly mentioned in one of the KKR match previews that we made that Moin Ali has a very interesting stat where his economy above 8 has been very few in IPL, and Moin Ali is one of those very underrated players in the IPL because we have, whenever given chances, whether he was in RCB or CSK, he has performed really, really well. As a player, he has been very underrated, especially in IPL. So I think yes, Moin Ali should definitely play even in the games going ahead, because their overseas pacers, be it in terms of Spencer Johnson, has not been really well. So I think I would see Moin Ali continuing. And yes, my predictions for today, I am backing. I don't know. I am just more like a 50-50 towards both the teams. And but yes, if I had to give one particular team, I would say CSK, just because of the fact that MSD is back as captain, and I definitely see some changes, positive changes happening for CSK. And I definitely wish for some of my friends who are those hardcore, they are very very emotional fans of CSK, and at least for them I would see the CSK winning today's match, but not taking away the fact I'm going in 51-49 percentage, 51 in favor of CSK obviously. So yes, I think Yashwant Bhai had to exit abruptly because of connectivity issues, but I think with the jersey he was wearing, so obviously our viewers would know his predictions for today's match would obviously be KKR. So we have had 2-2 in 2-2 as a balance for today's predictions. A very long
So
session
yeah,
for our
in the
panelists.
last, like, we would also ask our viewers to give us your predictions. Can Dhoni magic come again, or Thala supremacy can regain the things, or Rahane will upset his previous franchise?
Yes, so it's a task for our viewers that please do share in your suggestions so that this whole environment and the whole cricketing talks that we have over here, it becomes more lively. And apart from the panelists sitting here, we also get other viewpoints from our viewers as well who are watching down. So a very long session is what I would like to say, with both reviews and previews. And we have talked a lot about in general about what happened yesterday. We had the fanism from the inside coming in, and obviously the cultural aspects of beat RCB or even CSK, and how basically their culture is setting up. So a lot of topics that we covered today, and we also had our predictions. So now concluding this,
One thing
yes,
is like,
Rajbhai, before we conclude.
yeah, before we conclude, I just wanted to say congratulations to all the Crick Zenify team members. And finally, we are live. This is our first episode. And what better? There is a saying in Kannada, like to say, like, Shukravada Mahalakshmi Manek Bandaitu.
Yes,
So,
yes.
I mean, just to have a translation is like, in the Hindu mythology, we always believe like Goddess Mahalakshmi is been so blissful for all the ventures. So on what better day you can go actually live apart from Friday. So this is exactly been the normal saying, like, which I wanted to say. So for all the fans, like, I mean, like, for all the viewers who have been continuously supporting us and encouraging us, please do continue doing the same thing. Let's know your view, I mean, comments, views, like what are the suggestions we need to get it. Definitely we are going to get it. And I know it's been a quite long sessions. We will try to keep it like, because both the franchises, both the matches have been like that. One end you have RCB, on the other end you have a CSK as well. So on the final note, yes, Sagar.
Yes, I think just as Rajbhai mentioned that, at Crick Zenify, that this is the, again, coming back to that culture topic, that, this is the culture we are trying to create where for us, the whole team over here that we have at Crick Zenify, for us, cricket is everything. And we always look at, how to make the sport a better place, not just for us and even for our viewers as well, that, how can we make the topics easy? So we will definitely have more content coming in. And as we mentioned in one of our previous reviews, that we have another segment coming in, which is Know the Unknown. And yes, we have many more such segments coming up, and so much more lined up from Crick Zenify. So all I would like to ask our viewers is that, follow us on Instagram, because if you see our Instagram page, it has been very unique, and I hardly see any such pages where you get such detailed analytics of and with numbers, with charts, so that it becomes easier for even a non-stats, or let's say even a kid who's in fourth or fifth standard, just looking at that, he can basically understand what exactly is the match scenario. So that is what our team, our backend team, is working upon, so that they can make such good contents. So all I would like to ask our viewers is follow our Instagram page, and most importantly, subscribe to our channel, keep following our content, and do give in your suggestions in the comments as well, because it's your suggestions is what will help us grow as a whole. So thank you to our panelists, Raj Bhai and Raman Bhai, and obviously Yashwant Bhai as well. He had joined us for a majority of time. And with that being said, we would conclude today's session. Thank you so much for joining in. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone.